Hey, what's up, hackers? And today we are going to be going over the Citi Prestige card. So if you're new to this channel, this is actually called Millennial Hacks, and here we are all do the purpose of, trying to just enjoy life in general and, just try to live it to the fullest while saving some money at the end of the day. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people would want to do that. So we're going to get into today's topic, which is the Citi Prestige card. So the Citi Prestige card has been in the news a lot lately, and this card actually has done away with applications as of August. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but I don't know if it was that popular or anything, or there was just other cards that was out there better than it. To be honest, I never paid really too much attention to the Citi Prestige card, just because of the big names of the Platinum and the Reserve out there have been just captivating everyone's attention at the time, and no one's really been paying attention to it. But as of lately, a lot of new cards have been revamping themselves, and now it is time for the Citi Prestige card to take its place. So with this card, we're going to actually go into a full review about it, and I want to just tell you, is it going to be worth it at the end? And if it is, we'll see how it is. But for now, let's get into it. So let's go into the rewards. So for the first reward, we're going to go into the 5 times back in air travel and in dining. Now, as you already know, the Amex Platinum card has 5 times back when you book your flights directly with the airline. Well, this one has it in air travel and in dining, which is even better because, to be honest, if your card doesn't have dining in it on these days, it's kind of hard for me to get the value back because I eat a lot outside. So maybe for me, maybe not for you, but dining is very, very crucial. So it's good that it has dining, and this dining is universal. So it can be used at your fine dining place, per se in New York City, you would say, or your local McDonald's around the corner. But other than that, it is definitely going to be universal for this dining credit. And also the 5 times back is also a good thing because you can basically use it outside of the US and you'll still get the 5 times back. Now let's go into the second option for the reward of the 3 times back. Now this is a really random one, and I'm not too sure about a lot of who's going to use this. I know on the East Coast of the US, a lot of people tend to take cruises, but this card has 3 times back on cruises. I, for one, probably wouldn't use this, but I know a couple people who do take cruises annually every year, and they enjoy it. They go to the islands, Jamaica, Bahamas, Cuba. Now, you can go take a cruise there and just get off the island and get back on your boat. But for me, I just don't see the point of, taking a boat outside and just being out in the sea. I don't know, I think I will get seasick. I never got seasick before, but probably will. Who knows? But you get 3 times back on, your cruise ships. So maybe a lot of people might find some value into that as well. So with your travel credit, so before you had a $250 airline credit, whatever that's going to be used for, all the stuff with the airline. But now you do get a $250 travel credit, similar to what the Chase Sapphire Reserve has, where you have $300 and you can use it however you would like, as long as it's on travel. So you get the same thing with the Citi Prestige card. And this $250 credit can be used with, buying a Metro card on the subway. It can be used getting some plane tickets. Any type of travel you can use. It is a universal credit. You can get your money back with this credit that you have of $250, which to me is a really great benefit. I think that was a really smart choice that they did to put the power in the consumer's hand and to allow them to actually, use that card or use that travel credit for what their purpose is really important, because a lot of people sometimes have hard times, trying to see how can this card fit in my lifestyle, or what can I use this credit for if you have to use it for a certain thing. So, if Amex did this, I feel like they'll be a lot better, but Amex still has restrictions where, you have to kind of use it with a certain airline, or you can't use it on that one. You only can use it on booking it through airlines, or just other credits basically. But this is really, really good, and I think it's really beneficial. I know a lot of people that would use this. So along with a lot of things that they had to improve with the card, they're also going to be taking some things away. But before I get into that, I do want to say they're adding one more cool thing that I really think is important, and it is cell phone protection, people. So cell phone protection will be added in the late spring and of 2019, and I think this is so important because cell phone protection, I usually have to pay insurance on my phone, but a lot of credit cards are now offering the cell phone protection where you pay your cell phone every month and then you do get that credit, of a certain amount. For example, the Uber card, a lot of people have been choosing this card, and a lot of people have been paying their cell phone bill with their Uber credit card because they do get that $600 in a credit back if something happens to your phone. This is really important because if you can get a card like this that you have insurance with, it makes it even more reason to pay that annual fee. Now, in talking about the annual fee, let's talk about how the annual fee is changing. So the annual fee used to be $450. Well, now it is going up to $495. So, like I said, when credit card companies or when bank companies or whatever, when they try and improve their card or anything, you're going to have the annual fee be bumped up a bit because they're thinking they're giving you more stuff, so you should pay more. And if this works out in your favor, it's perfect for you. If it doesn't work out in your favor, then that means you might need to do some rethinking and try to not get this card, but we'll see. It all depends on how much value you get back. Like always, if you don't get the value back, it's not worth it. Now, I do want to get into how this affects it. So if you can see that when the Amex Platinum changed over and got the new metal card and 5 times back or whatever, they have increased the annual fee to $550. And same thing with the Amex Gold card. You can always see that it was $195 for the PRG, but now it's $250, and you're getting a whole bunch of other perks. So like I said, the good outweighs the bad. You see how it makes value to your life, and then you can go from there. So like before, what I mentioned, when they do improve credit cards, they kind of, it's some drawbacks to it. So we're going to get into the drawbacks. So you no longer get that 2 times back on entertainment. However, if you do have the Citi Premier card, you can still get the 2 times back on entertainment. So I know a lot of people are bummed about this, but listen, at the end of the day, Citi is smart. They're taking away this little perk because they want to introduce a perk that, how Chase is, where everyone has the trifecta and everything like that. They want to try to create a system where you can get more of their credit cards. So you're like, okay, well, I can't get this, so let me apply for the Citi Premier card and still get my entertainment on it. So they kind of want you to keep a family of their cards, and that's how they want you to see it. Chase is not dumb also, so when Chase wants to have this Chase trifecta, they're not going to take that away from people, even though they're taking away all these good perks, because they want people to stay within that family of Chase. And if they take that away, they know that's going to have a lot of customers going away. Let's get into this 4th night free business. So a lot of people have been getting this card and have the Citi Prestige card because they can use their 4th night free on their hotels. So this is a really, really important perk here, but now they are capping it back. So credit card companies tend to lose money a lot when they give you perks that, like, they're really not receiving any value from. Kind of like when the Chase Sapphire Reserve came out, and they was giving out 100,000 points of UR points for only spending $4,000. They obviously draw that back, and they cut a lot of different drawbacks that they had in the year because a lot of the perks wasn't really in their favor, but it was in a consumer favor. So they're taking this back. So you can use this only 2 times, your 4th hotel night for free. And I still think that it's a really good perk. No, a lot of cards don't have this, and this is really good that a card is offering you this at this time. So it's really important that you kind of see this and see for yourself, how does it look? Does it make sense or not? But having the 4th night of free for a hotel stay is really good, I feel like. And now let's get into the 25% of air travel when you redeem. So you no longer get this. It's now 1 point per 1 point, but a lot of cards, the Chase Sapphire still does this when you can redeem for 1.5 whatever back, but this card is now taking it away. Not saying, even though that kind of sucks, you're still getting a good card, I would say. But if these are really turning you off, then this is not the card for you. And I know of people who have this card already, they're loving it. they even last time they updated the card too, they had it even a metal card, so that metal card even brung people to the table. And I know in my other video I talked about having this metal card was like such a cool thing. Even if a card is metal, that doesn't mean you should get it. Like, make sure it just adds value to you, because if it doesn't, it's gonna suck. Now with this card, they are taking a lot of stuff back, but you are going to be getting some stuff that's still staying still. So your trip delay protection is still staying. Don't worry about it. I know a lot of people was worried, but the TSA pre-check is also going to be staying with your fee credit, which is even better. And now you also still get that 3 times back on hotel purchases when you go to that hotel. So, you know, there's some things that they're keeping, there's some things that they're not keeping, but for overall, this is a pretty cool perk to keep, because a lot of other cards that you're paying the same around price range for annual fee, they're keeping these perks. So that'll be kind of dumb on Citi's part to do that, and they know better than to not do that for their customers as well. So that's that with that card. I want to talk about how is this card worth it or not. So for me, this card, I probably wouldn't get it because I'm not in the top time right now where I want to get like the level 1, you know, the second level of the credit card pyramid, and I'm not up there to get that card yet. But I don't think that it's worth it for me. It might be worth it for someone else, but I did my calculations and I know that I don't travel enough to get this. I don't stay at enough hotels to do this yet, so for me it's not that worth it. But I think that if you see yourself getting this card, get it, but you know, see if it works for you. And this card is going to be getting a lot of more changes done to it, I feel like, in the future, you know, in the next year or so. Because listen, at the end of the day, you already can see that when all these other credit card companies start doing these upgrades and stuff to the line of cards, you know that just to hold back for a while. Because for me, I was definitely gonna go and get the Amex Gold card because, you know, they just redid all this stuff, but I kind of hold myself back from it because if you guys think about it, next you're gonna see Chase start doing a lot of things with their cards. You're gonna start seeing Amex doing more stuff, Citi, Discover, you know, even Capital One. They're gonna start competing with each other because at the end of the day, you already saw back in 2016 when the Chase Sapphire Reserve came out. In 2017, the new Platinum got updated. You know, they're going to update, they're going to compete with each other. So if you just stand back on the sidelines and just kind of wait for the right opportunity to see what card makes the more sense, then you'll stay so far ahead of the curve because you're not going to jump the gun and get this card right away. So you know what, I would see how this plays out. Give it about, you know, 6 months when the card gets launched again and new applications go live in January 2019, and see if it makes sense for you. Because like I said before, and I'm going to keep repeating myself, it's like it's so important to make sure that it's working better in your favor and not for anyone else, because you're the one that's going to be paying the annual fee. You're the one that's going to be, you know, recouping the bonuses and stuff like that. So if you want to keep on traveling for free and do all this cool stuff, see if it works for you. Overall, I think that the categories are awesome, especially with being used universal. You know, there's not a card right now that you can really have that with besides the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and it's still an undisputed card. And having dining added to it is really good. It's so important. I know the entertainment is kind of a bummer for some people, but think about it, you know, you're getting a lot more perks with this one, especially in the categories. So just get the Citi Premier and call it a day. You know, don't worry about it that much, but I think it's really important. Overall, for me, the card ain't worth it, but probably for you, it will. So just check this out, do your own research on it as well as looking at this video. Thank you so much for that. And I want you definitely to subscribe. Also give this video a like, and you know, let me know how you feel about this card down in the comments. And check the video that we did last week because it's really important and it can kind of coincide with this card, Google Flights. The video link should be right up here in the corner, and you know, check it out. You might like it, tell me how you like it, so on and so forth.